three of our most famous and biggest retailers' hopes of a bright, booming Christmas have been shattered. Fortunes spent on lavish adverts.
I believe this is yours.
M&S's model-filled literary pastiche.
I'm right behind you.
Tesco's nostalgia fest. The nation's favourite entertainers at Morrisons couldn't get those all-important sales motoring.
It's delicious.
Here's the thing, the lacklustre performance of these giants was the exception. Has this been a good or bad Christmas for retailers?
I think overall, when we look back in a couple of weeks' time, we'll think it's been a good Christmas. It's been in positive territory. I think there was maybe an expectation it would be more positive, but it has been positive. What we have seen is a polarisation between those who've done well and those who've done less well, but that's down to their own, for their own reasons, their own goods and services not being up to scratch, rather than the fact that there isn't the demand from the consumer.
On the face of it, M&S's performance wasn't too bad. Underlying sales rose 1% in the Christmas period. But, including a terrible October, clothes and general merchandise fell 2.1%. As for Tesco, its Christmas UK sales on a so-called like-for-like basis fell 2.4%. And worst of all was Morrisons, down 5.6%. Morrisons suffered in part because it has almost no internet presence, and home deliveries of food bought online start tomorrow, 14 years after Tesco launched Tesco.com. In the 6 Christmas weeks, Tesco's UK online sales surged 14% to a substantial £450 million. And perhaps the biggest retailing story this festive season has been the surge in digital buying. So retailers tell me that this was the Christmas of so-called multi-channel sales, where many of us used our mobile phones and tablets to buy stuff. Now, I have used this thing to buy online, but I'm interested to know whether I'm typical, so I'm going to ask people on social media. So Gail says that she bought everything from online retailers using her iPad, and she's at home with a 1- and 2-year-old and wasn't brave enough to go to the shops with them. However, Griffith said he didn't buy anything with a mobile phone or a tablet because he doesn't own those devices. And Haywash said he bought 99.9% of Christmas on a tablet. The 0.1% was an expensive trip to Bond Street for his wife's present. Consumption by all of us, by households, has been driving what looks like a strong UK economic recovery. Now that spending continued in the traditional season of binging, but not, as it turns out, for some of our most famous stores. Robert Peston, BBC News.